I tell you true, I find you an attractive man. If we were together, the trip would be easier. And if anything happened, why, we'd have some green memories.
Considering those eyebrows, I hope it's all bush down there. Star Trek The Animated Series, Season 1, Episode 16, The Jihad. Let's get into the review because actually this is a really, really surprising episode. Kirk and Spock are called to a planet, a galactic meeting by a depressed cat lady. We have other members of other alien races there. Slug dude, lizard dude, bird dude. And they're sent on a mission to receive the heart of Alar, which sounds a little Alari. We get told about the fact that when it's stolen, this means that a jihad will happen and they will go to war against the galaxy. It's sort of like a mishmash of characters. Oh, and there's this woman who's extremely horny. Like, just middle of inappropriate situations, super, super horny. They get told to go to a planet which constantly changes and morphs and kills. It's killed 3 expeditions before them. I would say, fuck no, I am out of there. But they don't. They go on this mission. They land on the planet and it's Vulcan and rocky. And it's snowy and windy and it's sunny and it changes constantly. They've got this cool, like, mechanical car with like rollers at the front and stuff like that. It looks really, really good. They get a GPS. The GPS explodes. Little green worm man tries to fix it. Doesn't work. They still manage to drive. The tracker lady, the human female. I would tell you their names, but I don't remember any of their names because in my head they are all these character listings. It's a weird thing. Like, I do these reviews sort of on the fly, and this is one episode I probably should have written notes for, but you'll know who I mean by my descriptions. So, Wormy Green Guy has a great character. He's, I want to say, kind of like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh mixed with, I don't know, a Weasley wacky character. Kind of like, I can't even describe, sort of like a, I don't know, one of those comic relief sort of depressed characters. And he's our thief and he can break into anywhere. And they all have different sets of skills. Lizard Man is strength, I gather. He doesn't do much in this episode other than be a lizard and carry Bugman. So as they're traveling, a volcano erupts, launches lava everywhere. There's a lava flow rolling down the hills. They go to block it and hold it down. They know where they're going. They're going to a building. Birdman is flying in the sky, overseeing the height. He's looking everywhere, trying to work out where to go. There's a really cool shot of rocks falling, blocking the lava. We get female human who's giant with big eyebrows. Being horny for Kirk for the first time. I think it happens about 3 times. It is wildly inappropriate, and also for a kid's show, wildly inappropriate. It was just weird, to be honest. It's just like, well, we could do stuff now. I find you really hot. Let's have sex and make some memories before we go and do this galaxy-ending saving event thing. The whole story is they're traveling through there. They get snow, the wind. Slug Boy or Worm Man gets tired, but Lizard Man carries him. It's a show of strength. Birdman is obviously in the sky. Human Lady is attacking. Spock is constantly quoting statistics. Apparently in this episode, it's just Spock is the person who pushes the button on the tension meter to show statistics of what's going on. The travel is dangerous, perilous. The Bugman almost falls into a crack, but then Birdman saves him. A lot of like cool traveling adventure, kind of has a Guardians of the Galaxy feel, even though this is before that. And then they reach the temple where they believe the, I want to say scroll of Alar or heart of Alar is, which is I'm gathering a powerful, it's all the memories of the god recorded onto a thing. Or a god or a person, like someone that they worship. When they arrive, Birdman has been captured by some birdie creatures, which look very similar to the other birdie creatures from the other week. But he gets stolen by them and taken away. When they enter, they see the Heart of Allah or the Scroll of Allah. Honestly, it's Allah something. They get in there. They apparently can't reach it. And I don't think that they animated it right because it's on the floor across the hallway from them. Like, it's literally across. They can walk there. But they say they have to climb, but there's nothing to grab onto, even though later on they find something to grab onto. There is insinuated that something's wrong, something's betrayed them. The door locks behind them, they're locked in. The other teams didn't survive, they could also be dead. Then the obvious things happen. I actually realized this about 5 minutes before because the Birdman kept disappearing all the time. He was always up in the sky, always doing things away from the action. Birdman happened to be a crazy warmonger who wanted to go to war with the universe because he felt his race had become too peaceful and too benevolent and cowards and wimps, and they should be the warriors that they once were. So he stole the teachings. Oh, shit. He stole the teaching and or devices in order to start a war that would spread across the galaxy and he could conquer them. Kirk retorts with the fact that the warrior races of the Federation would come and fight as well. The Federation just actively has warrior races in it. Just keep them there. Just send those warriors. The pacifist ones can stay. That doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense in a utopian future in the Federation and the values and shit of the Federation. But it is the animated series and it's not technically continuity. Because this bird decides that he needs a fair fight, he deactivates the gravity in the room that they're in. Spock and Kirk have recently done some anti-gravity training and they are immediately on the go fighting Birdman. Pow, pow, pow. The Skrull. He's a member of the Skrull, I think. Or is that the cat lady? Anyway, they fight him. Spock gets his foot around the top of the Heart of Allah, and then they go beam us all up. And then that's the end of the episode. Ends right there. They've got one hand on Birdman, one hand on the Heart of Allah, and they beam, and Birdman is incarcerated, and he will be psychologically retrained to be peaceful and not insane. Some people aren't insane even though they do crazy things. But that mind control, maybe we shouldn't mind control all our criminals considering human rights. Like, it just seemed a little off, but they're not part of the Federation. They're just another alien race, so we can get away with it. Overall, I want to say this is the best episode of the season. Number one, wide range of wacky-ass aliens, which I love. I love Depressed Cat. I love Bug Boy. I love Lizard Man, which is what the Gorn should have looked like and kind of looks more like the Gorn in Strange New Worlds. And I loved just a horny human female who's giant and apparently from a planet that only has females, but she's human. So I'm a little confused. The fact that she hates Spock, but she's horny over Kirk, wacky. Just a really weird discussion for a Saturday morning kids cartoon. But overall, like the adventure, getting to the planet, the lava flow, the bug falling, the little sort of who's like when we figure out who's the traitor is, although you figure out it a little bit earlier, and I think anyone would, it was genuinely just really fun sort of scenes of wackiness all the way through. And it's an interesting concept. Once again, talking about the different races and their different qualities and each person's different qualities and why they were selected was genuinely like, oh, they've put some thought into this. And then talking about talking about the reasons why they have to do this mission. The fact that 3 other groups died and they're still standing there like, we have to do this. They're going to invade the galaxy, but obviously animated series, original series, they're a bit loose with how far they travel within the galaxy. It's genuinely just a bunch of fun, a lot of fun, and not a super complex plot, just a lot of like traveling, adventure, horniness, love. It's kind of like an Indiana Jones, Guardians of the Galaxy mix. We get some really cool ships of these different races shown at the beginning. It was a little confusing when they used the picture of the planet at the beginning as the planet that they were on currently, and I was just like, okay, did they stay on the same planet? And they also automatically beamed to the other planet, so are they the same planet? I'm confused. But yes, definitely check out this episode. This is the end of season 1. There's only 6 episodes in season 2, but I want to talk about a little bit about my journey through the animated series. It is pretty much as good as any of the live action series. Fun, adventure, high concepts. You have to take into account that it's a cheaply made cartoon from the 70s. You have to take into account that they had a lot to squeeze into half-hour, 25-minute, 20-minute episodes. So while it may not slow down, they're trying to sell stories with bigger themes to them. And it very, very, very much does that throughout this series. It will flip from, I want to say, really cool space sort of concepts to wacky sort of adventures. And sure, there's been episodes which I didn't particularly think were fantastic, but every episode I've enjoyed on some level. And I don't know why I never watched this before. I think I was just a bit put off by the animation, how old it was. And now I'm getting old. I want to go back and look at things that are old. But genuinely, it has a lot of heart, and you can see that everyone in here loves Star Trek. So I hope you join me next week for the animated series. We're beginning season 2. It will be Enterprise on Thursday, and another random video on the weekend. I've been TrekTrav. Have a great day, night, wherever you are, and I will see you next time.